Today's topic is about playing to win. I found that there's so many people in life who are expecting to succeed, but they're playing to not lose. And you can't win at life on the defensive end, or at least not on the defensive end the entire time, okay? And the reason being is that you cannot score goals on the defense. There are no points that come on defense, okay? You've got to have the ball in your hands. You've got to be on the offense, meaning you've got to be playing to win. And many people believe that their lack of progress or their lack of growth stems from an inability or a lack of skill that they have, when really it's just that their strategy has been to play to not lose. Meaning they've been fed fears through life, and I get it. You know, we watch everything on the news, and you have your family and your parents telling you to do this or that, or your coworkers, whomever. Everyone has a bit of advice, and everyone has a doomsday story to give to you. But the problem with that is you can't win at life ducking and dodging everything. You know, the only way to win at life is to see a goal, to go for it, and to score. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't going to be obstacles, because there will 100% be obstacles. But we were here to win, and we were placed here to win. And we were giving so many resources and a mind that's going to allow us to either run around those obstacles or to run through them. So I'm going to give you a few reasons why you have to play to win. And the first reason is you were not put on this earth to lose. You were not. Now, you could have gone into a losing condition. You could have seen challenges. Heck, you could have had a horrible life, okay? But all that means is life is waiting for you to write your hero's journey. It's like a great book. And guess what? A great book and a great story doesn't start off with everything was great. It stayed great. We made lots of money. Nothing ever happened. I reached all my dreams with no challenges, and boom, now I'm here. No one would buy the book. And no one wants to watch the movie because there's not enough rub and not enough challenge to really keep that person intrigued, okay? And so that's how life is. So if your life has been crazy, if you've seen a lot of challenges, just know you are writing a bestseller. And the more crazy stuff that's happened, the more the book is going to fly off the shelves, the more tickets are going to be sold, the better everything's going to be. So just know you weren't put here to lose. You were here to write a hero's journey, okay, or to have a hero's journey and to write a novel about it. Or at least, have it written down in your mind and you just celebrate it as you give yourself and the people around you cheers at the end. So one, remember that you weren't put here to lose. Number two, the second reason you have to do it is because there are going to be people who are counting on you. I was reading my devotional this morning, and it was talking about how there are times where people do things negatively and everyone else suffers as a result. Like, hey, you know what? Dad gambled away or mom gambled away all the money for the rent, so now we're all homeless, something like that, right? And so, but then there's the other side to it, to where people do really great things in life. And as a result, there are generations who are impacted positively because of it. Okay. And I'm trying to look up exactly where it was because it just came to this morning. Okay. So there's collateral damage, right? And I think we've all been a part of some sort of collateral damage, where whether it was the crash of 2008, the pandemic, like, oh, what? We're just going to let this stuff out the lab. Okay, great. A year or two's worth of a pandemic, whatever, right? We know what collateral damage looks like. But there's also collateral repair. And there are people who are going to benefit, from your success. And just know that all your gifts, your talents, your ideas, your creativity was put here to benefit the people around you, okay? And I want you to think about this. Whenever you see someone that's very successful, know and understand that you are only seeing a percentage of what they've put out there in the world. Meaning if someone's worth $1 billion, $1 billion, then they've got about 10 to 100, billion dollars just roaming around there. Meaning that's how much money they have circulating, in the marketplace because of the decisions that they've made. Does that make sense? And, and it's the same thing. You could think about it from, someone like Oprah. Yes, she's put in a lot of time and energy and money, into her business and her career. But really, what she's done in one studio in Chicago or New York, was multiplied times millions of people and millions of households across the world. So the life that we see her have is only a percentage of the revenue that came as a result of the work that she's done. So just know that that's another reason why you have to play to win. And then the last reason that you have to play to win is because nothing's truly getting in your way. Meaning you have challenges, but there's nothing that's immovable. The only thing that really gets in our way is our ego and our willingness to stay involved in the process. There's no barrier or wall that just can't be broken, okay? If you have a hammer or a sledgehammer or whatever, eventually you're going to hit it long enough, it's going to fall down. But the wall of your ego can stand solid, okay? It can stand there for a solid lifetime if you let it. So, one, don't be afraid of shattering your ego. Meaning, don't be afraid of learning something new. Don't be afraid of sticking with the process even when it gets hard, okay? And while you're doing that, be sure to focus on your own process because you don't know what that next person did to get to where they are in the process, okay? You may be 2 steps behind, right? But they may be 3 steps ahead, but have 20 years in on you. So you just never know. So just focus on staying involved and don't be afraid of the discomfort of being a beginner at something. But I've taught this to a lot of people, and the first thing they say is, well, look, if no one was put on this earth to be a failure, then why do we see so little success? Or why do we see so many people that are seemingly not or succeeding in life? And here are a few reasons why. The first one is success to everyone looks different and is different. But unfortunately, one part of how we're conditioned socially is to measure success using the same tools. Whether it's money or fame or this or that. Success for one person may just be raising happy, healthy, and emotionally stable humans. And guess what? When someone's done that, they've left the earth better than what they started with. You know what I mean? If you have some happy, healthy, and emotionally stable people that you've raised and brought onto this earth, they're going to do that. And they're going to bring exponential progress and growth and love and all of those things to this earth. Maybe this person did something for their community, and as a result, people have a safer, cleaner, happier, more involved community around them. Maybe they started a business or a practice or anything, right? Well, all I'm saying is that there's so many different ways to measure success that you have to be careful when we say that. The second reason why we don't see more success is because success takes discipline. And discipline is doing what we need to do versus what we want to do. And most of us just want to do what we want to do. Like, I'd rather have apple pie and ice cream today with maybe something very unhealthy tonight versus the salad and the chicken that's in the air fryer. And so, am I going to eat the salad? Absolutely. And the reason being is that my future self wants me to eat that salad. And that's what I need to fuel my body. What I want will taste good in the moment, but maybe 15 minutes to an hour later, it's not going to feel very good. And it's definitely not going to help me tomorrow morning when I need to wake up and be on point, right? So you have to have the discipline to do what it is that you need to do. And know that the things that you want are driven by your subconscious. Yes, your subconscious. But the problem with that is your subconscious hasn't evolved past the age of 8. Okay? Meaning it grew up to age 8 and it's like, no, we're going to stay right here. Skateboarding, candy, ice cream, going to bed late, all of those different things. And so ask yourself with your day-to-day activities, right? Is this my inner 8-year-old that's driving this? Or my full-grown, mature adult person, in mind that's driving this. And if you're always just doing what you want to do and you're only motivated by pleasure, just know that's the immature version or the 8-year-old childlike version of yourself that's driving the wheel or the car of your life versus your grown adult person who has things to do. Okay, so you get to make the choice. Another reason why we don't see as much success is because people have to learn how to stay in their lane. And that is not in the negative way that a lot of people say it, okay? Staying in your lane means focusing on you and your results. So I watched this movie with Jesse Owens, and he was supposed to be, it's one of his early races, and he was running against this other runner who was, great and had amazing stats. And he gets in the lane, he starts running, and he turns to look at the guy. Well, Jesse, looking at him isn't going to make you run any faster. So that's just a bad strategy, okay? But the second thing is you're going to slow down. You can't focus on what you need to do if you're looking at someone else. And that goes for us. One, focus on what you need to do. But secondly, stay on your authentic path. Okay? Just because you see everyone else doing it doesn't mean that that's something that you need to be doing. You will always find success on your authentic path. You sometimes have successful moments in someone else's. All right? And last but not least, well, the last two. One, people allow their mind to be dominated by the cares of life, meaning they're worried about money. They're worried about who's talking about them, gossip. They're worried about what's coming next, politics, this and this and that. They're just worried about all of the problems of life. Well, guess what? If you're worried about everything that's going on in your environment, you're not focused on what's going on the inside, because all of your thoughts and all of your success starts in here. And it starts in here. And if you're looking all the way around here, worried about what family are saying and all these other things, then you're not in the mindset to pull everything that's in here out into the forefront. And you have to have a certain level of peace to do that, okay? Not a peace like a gun. No, like internal peace in order to do that. And just think about it. Anytime we're calm and, we're focused, the creativity comes, the ideas come, the innovation comes, we're able to write, everything is clear. But when you start worrying about all the cares of life, your focus is everywhere, right? It's like your mind is being electrocuted all day long, and you expect for it to promote or to provide you with something that's substantial, and that's just not how it works. And last but not least, people don't see success because they don't have or prioritize their vision. Meaning they don't have priorities, or they don't have a vision, or just all of the above. And you have to know what you want. And once you know what you want, you have to put that first. And we've all been there. Like, I know there's been days where I'll have a plan, and then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, hold on, let me go grab my dry cleaning real quick, right? And I'm like, but I'm going to have this whole day dedicated towards my work, but I'm going to go ahead and grab my dry cleaning. And it's like, oh, okay, you grab your dry cleaning. Oh, let me stop by the grocery store. It's right here. I only need 6 things. Then you go in the grocery store. There's a sale. Well, hey, during the sale, let me just go ahead and grab everything that I need. Then you leave the grocery store. You're like, you know what? Let me get a coffee real quick from Starbucks, because I'm going to need this coffee to stay focused as I go do, everything I need to do. You go through the Starbucks drive-thru, and next thing you know, you see a friend of yours. Then you guys talk, right? And then you're like, hold up, we're holding up people at Starbucks. Let's just go ahead and grab a sandwich real quick, lunch. Next thing you know, your entire day's gone. And now you've gotten everything on your to-do list done, but you haven't gotten anything done that were on your priority list, the things that were really going to make an impact in your life. That stuff is still there, or you've given it the last of your energy. Whatever it is that's the vision or your priority or the role that you're in, you need to do that first. So if you do all of these things, I promise you'll see success. But the most important part is you have to play to win and not be in fear of what could happen. Now, if you need any help setting priorities, understanding your roles, or even developing your vision, right? I want you to go to my website, click the link, and sign up for my course, Cultivating Your Vision. And this 2 hours that you spend doing this will save you years of time. And for some of you, it'll save you a decade.